Hola! Welcome to today, my star souls. I hope you guys are ready. You are in the portal with Oracle. This is your station for quantum healing. Happy today at 111. Okay. Okay, ancient ones. Happy today. I'm excited before I jump into this past life that we're going to quantumly heal today. I have, as a new station, hit 50 subscribers. Whoop de whoop whoop. So I will be taking the first 50, writing all y'all names down, and then pulling a winner out of the hat. I will more than likely broadcast that on Sunday as far as posting the video of who the winner is. And then I will post it Monday or Tuesday because the little ones don't got school Monday. So if I do not have uh, quiet time Monday, then it will be posted Tuesday. And I will also be going live for the first time on Tuesday. Whenever you catch me live, the sessions are going to be at a discounted rate. It will never always be the same. There may be one week where it's 50% off. There might be another week where it's 20% off. There might be another week where I just randomly choose somebody just because you're watching me. Because if you are watching me, if you are seeing this, then we, yes, have done a lifetime or two together. If you are watching this, you are a healer, you are a chosen one, you are a star seed, you are an ancient one, okay? And I am what is known as a primordial energy. I have been here forever. Okay, like this is what I do. All right, mission accepted. All right, so this deck that we're using is the past life people, places, and things deck. I created this maybe a year and a half ago amongst my I Want to Make Oracle decks season. The link to purchase this deck to be able to do quantum healing for others in your frequency is in the link on my channel, right under my channel name. I think there's a link. Boom, that's me. You can grab the deck. It's not super expensive because I wanted it to be accessible, and it's not about the profit, it's about the accessibility. And the link to book a full session with me, which means what I'm about to do. That means I'm going to uncover a lifeline. I am here and in another time, space, reality when I do this. So a lot of what I say, you can't be like, "Oh, can you repeat that?" No, I can't. I don't. I just don't remember. So it's suggested that if and when you book your full session, you have a pen and paper ready, or you're ready to like dip back into the video because a lot of what I say is strictly and truly from the divine because that is which I am. I am that I am. There's no go backsies. I'm like, and there's a lot to unpack in a little bit of time. Like I try to make these videos less than 20 minutes. I typically, if there is a session that needs to go over 20 minutes, I will allow it. I will never stop in the middle of a message. Okay, okay. And then after the past life has been revealed, we tap into the Akashic records because that's my baby too. Like I am an Akashic records reader, interpreter, messenger, and we need to be able to parallel the lifeline with the current lifeline or else it's all for naught. You'll just end up cycling it out again, and we don't want that. We want you to get into these 5D frequencies that are now available. Don't let anyone fool you and tell you that they are already in 5D. They are not. Okay, there's a lot of misconceptions going around, and that's just is what it is. um and the divine ones know that they're accessible now, but they were not accessible before. It's all part of Gaia's ascension. Uh, so there was no 5D in the 70s. Like they tripping. They might have been in the higher rings, or actually the middle rings of 4D. But there's so many timelines. Like a dimension is a whole nother paradigm, a whole new earth. So we have places, people, and things. You can divide up my deck like that when you are doing a spread. or you can put them all together. Just depends on your cup of tea and how you would like it. So, the lifeline that we are going to, or that would like to be addressed. Oh, look at that. Lemuria. Do-do-do-do. So this is going to be a magical ass timeline. Yep. I cuss, like it. You can leave. I don't cuss often, but I am authentically me. So if it comes out, it comes out. All right. So Lemuria. What's going on in Lemuria? Extended family. Animals. Ooh, check this out. Twin flame. It was in reverse, but I don't make my oracle decks to be in reverse. Like if they're in reverse, it's usually because there's something else on the other side. And that's how you interpret it as Lemuria. So even though Twin Flames and Extended Family was in reverse, that is not how you read these. You read them face up. If there's something of a message that's going to come through, it's going to come through like how it come through, whether or not you take the card as reverse or not. Grid Worker, which makes complete sense if you weren't in Lemuria, because they worked with crystals in their daily life. It was not like, oh, only a certain percentage of the population. It was pretty well known. Got some more characters in this past life. We have the villain. Now let's get some things. Revenge. Lived to an old age. Betrayal. Stabbed in the back. Tin soldier. Resentment. And a natural disaster. All right. So I'll be right back with the deets. I'm going to pull some more and travel. Gotta do some quantum traveling here. Okay, y'all. I'm back. Okay, so I separate my decks pretty thoroughly. Before I get into what happened in Lemuria, I just have to say that even though this lifeline is from Lemuria, World War II was in a deck it wasn't even supposed to be in and came out. So you cycled this same energy in World War II. Okay, as far as the dynamic with the same lessons and decisions, choice points that were made or not made. Okay, so this is you. You are a happy soul. You're a grid worker. I feel like you had like this exotic ass pet that typically people do not have as pets. um, looks like I want to say tiger, but it's panther. Yes, panther. You had a panther. Okay. I don't know if it was a black panther, but you and your panther, you did your grid work, which means anywhere that you step your feet anchors down cosmic energy to that location on the crystal grid. Which means you would have you were an explorer, like you shuffled around in Lemuria. You didn't just stay in one place and do one thing, much like the rest of the villages. Okay, now for those who are unaware, Lemuria is inner Earth. Okay, like that's the population of folks who live in inner Earth, like Mount Shasta, etc., etc. Here's what happened. Okay, so all the family came out. Brother, sister, brother, father, sister, extended family. So you had a huge family. Everybody lived in the compound, but like I said, you explored. One of these people turned into a villain. We'll see as I keep going. Now, there was on the Earth's, like the land dwellers, like us up here who are not in inner Earth, they went through a natural disaster. Okay. And in times of natural disasters, during these times, the Lemurians could go up, search for any survivors, help them, save them, and so forth. It was just up to them. And they, at the time of this natural disaster, they did. That's why settlers came out. Like these people were, whoever was above the ground didn't understand that they were in a place where earthquakes happened. So I feel like this was on the West Coast. They didn't know that. Like fault line, like they were settling on a fault line, which was crazy because they didn't know that. But they trekked there. They went on a long journey from wherever they were, East Coast, South, to the West Coast and incurred a natural disaster as settlers. The Lemurians decided to give up their secrecy and identity and go help them. And what I see is that you were the one who found them. That's why that wandererness might be a wanderer now, but that's where the wandering came from. You and your pet or kindred spirit, Panther, felt the disaster. You went up there, you saw that there were survivors, you went back down to your family and was like, let's help them. And they were like, no, because they'll just defile our blah 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 blah. And you convinced them to do that. Um, but a villain still sprouted from this. So these strangers, okay, from above ground came to Lemuria, and I should have mentioned this before. You were the opposite gender. So if you're a woman looking at this, you were a guy, and if you're a guy, you were a woman. Even though this is just for one person, so take it how it resonates. So you were the opposite gender. Regardless, one of the folks up in this group that you guys saved was your twin. And that's probably how you found them in the first place, because your heart chakra went off and you were like, ooh, I gotta follow this feeling. And then you guys met eyes and it was like, ooh, look at that. That's why this villain is out here. So twin flames alternate between light and dark lifelines. Um, sorry, it's playing in my mind. Not sorry. Wow. So they came down to Lemuria with you and was like, oh my gosh, we have to tell other people about this because they didn't travel alone. And your family, especially your father, was like, no, y'all not about to bring more folks here. Like we let y'all here be here because we wanted to help you get right, get you some food, tend to your injuries. But y'all strangers, y'all not about to bring more strangers here. And so your dad became a villain. So you may have met your twin in this lifeline. I'm pretty sure you're in separation now. I'm absolutely sure, actually. But your father may not approve of this connection, and or if your father reincarnated as your mother, they may not approve of your twin's connection. So they're playing the villain again. You guys probably have differing viewpoints about things. Okay. And that's why your parents are like, nope, they're an outsider. They're strangers. Go find somebody like us. Don't really work like that with this lifeline. Okay, so fast forward. Your father, your brother, your sister, everybody was like betrayal. Because they saw y'all. It took a couple weeks for them to heal, for them to be healed, for the dust to settle above ground. And they were like, okay, we got to tell more people about this land. And the family was like, no, we have to protect ourselves. And so these folks didn't make it, including your twin. They didn't make it back above ground. They disappeared. Everybody knew what happened, except, I mean, like, everybody knew what happened except for you. And you always, so yeah, you always wondered, because you lived till an old age. I mean, an old age, because we're talking about Lemurians. You were like, wow, I met like the love of my life. Everything was going great. You know, we were about to change the whole paradigm of Lemuria, and then they disappeared. So you started to, I mean, who else could you blame other than fam? Because they were the only ones who knew. This created resentment and like this desire for revenge. But how could you get revenge like you were outnumbered? See if there's anything. Hello. Um, took a life. I'm telling you, took a life. They took all of their lives. They were like, no, you want to go up there and do what? You want to bring other people here? We're peaceful folk. as we're taking you out, we're peaceful. Oh my goodness. But they couldn't let that happen. Oh my goodness. So I see the lifeline of World War II. You guys were on opposing sides. Somebody was Jewish, somebody was German. You guys, like during the war zone, the twins family made it. Like they survived. Uh, I'm hearing Polish or Poland. I actually see it, but they ran into your family. Your family was German, and y'all agreed to help, but they jeopardized the family's safety, so it happened all over again. To protect the to protect your family took out the twins family and the twin. It happened all over again. Isn't that crazy? But energy recycles. Now, because Earth is ascending, like it'll never be that dark that an entire family is wiped out like that, but it'll be like boundaries or decisions or like other ways to try to prevent you from dating someone who doesn't have the same background, who the family feels like if you let that person in the family that they're going to expose secrets or taint the family bloodline. Like you'll have to choose yourself. Okay, that's what this is about, choosing yourself. Oh my goodness. So you might be at the precipice of a new beginning. Look at that. Okay. And in this new beginning, it may involve being with someone who you feel like you have this very same strong connection with, but they're strangers to your family, and your entire family is like, whatever, they won't date them if we disapprove. And you're like, nah. Well, you don't know what to do, but I'm telling you, you gotta be like, nah. Because if this is the lifeline that you and your twin are to come into union, it's going to be after you squash this energy between you and fam. So if you feel um, like if your family does something against you and you have to get revenge, don't. That's not the feeling from this lifeline. It's from the past. The universe and the cosmos and the unfolding and the creator take care of revenge, not you. Okay, so if you practice magic, don't be doing that shit no more. Like you don't need to manipulate no energy. You just need to follow your heart and choose yourself and create boundaries with those who don't respect your decision. Okay, there's no need for manipulation of energy. This lifeline. And the other thing was betrayal. Like, well, no, it was resentment. Like this resentment may turn into jealousy or comparison because the family treats everybody else differently, but that's how it goes when you like one of us. You're not to be accepted, you're to accept yourself and move forward in that acceptance. That way you attract your new beginning that's based off of your vibration and not the vibration that you were shrouded in. Okay. Yep. You've been refusing to reset it. So you might be too comfortable in your family. You might not be listening to your guides. And they're, look at 22 and 4. Wow, time to build. So that means you may have to embark on your own. Okay, like reset and listen to your heart as the compass. The universe will support you when you back yourself. And that was at 2020 on my dialer. All right, I love you. I love you. I love you. See you next time. I hope this helped.